One of the stories that I really love telling in this book, Glory Revealed, is this one time in my life where I actually got to go to golf's greatest event, the Masters. In the chapter, The Glory of God Revealed Through His Power, I tell this story about getting to go to hallowed ground in Augusta, Georgia, a place where golf's greatest legends have played the one game that maybe you are a fanatic about. The ironic thing was that I really don't care about golf that much. On the whole drive over there, my friend who'd gotten us tickets, passes to the Masters, was telling me what a big favor he was doing for me by allowing me to be the guy who got to go with him. We get there on the grounds, and he's all excited, being a big golf fanatic. He's telling me about the perfectly manicured lawn. He actually gets me to get on the ground with him, and he's like, look at the grass. And he's like, look at how perfect the grass is cut. I'm looking at the grass, and I'm looking at my friend, and I'm thinking, man, this guy has lost it. And then he sees this snack shack, and he goes, we got to go immediately and get these pimento cheese sandwiches. He tells me how the pimento cheese sandwiches are a big deal at the Masters. The whole time we're standing in line, he's telling me how the pimento cheese sandwiches have always been only $2 and how the Masters isn't about money because they could sell sandwiches for whatever price they wanted to, but it's only $2. And while he's telling me this, I'm thinking, they were selling T-shirts for like $38 a little while ago when we were walking in. So he's telling me about the pimento cheese sandwiches, and he's telling me about the perfectly manicured lawn, and he's telling me about the green jacket that the winner gets to wear. And honestly, it just seemed like a bunch of pomp and circumstance. I really didn't get it. But an hour later, I'm standing on this hill, and I look to my left, and far away down the hill, I see Tiger Woods. He had an ocean of people around him. And I realized that where I was standing, Tiger was actually coming to. And so I stood my ground, and the crowd starts to come closer and closer to me as Tiger Woods starts to come closer and closer to where I was. And so, within a minute, Tiger Woods is not that far away from me. He's about 10 feet away from me. I'm standing there, and I'm right there in the front watching golf's biggest name. And then, firsthand with my own eyes, I saw Tiger Woods swing. And as soon as I saw it with my own eyes, not on TV, not one-dimensional, but with my own eyes, Tiger Woods hit that golf ball. I got it. Instantly, I realized why the Masters was such a big deal. The reason that the Masters is because of the presence of the golf masters. See, once I saw Tiger Woods swing with that kind of power, with my own eyes, I saw someone swing with that kind of perfection. At that moment, I realized what makes the Masters is not the grass or the pimento cheese sandwiches or anything like that. No, it's the power of the Masters that makes the Masters the Masters. See, that's true about your church. That's true about my church. That's true about anywhere that God comes and His power is shown. When God reveals His glory to us by showing Himself through a miracle, or His presence is manifested in a church service during the middle of a song, when God swings away, all of a sudden, a church becomes a place where the Master showed up and showed off. See, when God's presence is in our churches, when God's presence is at a small Bible study, when God shows up in your living room when you're having some prayer, that very place becomes hallowed ground. Why? Because of the presence of the Master. Let me read you this one little part from the book. Everywhere that Jesus went, Jesus drew a crowd. Just like in the Masters where Tiger Woods drew a crowd, Jesus drew a crowd. Why? Because of who He was. He drew a crowd. It says people packed picnics and lined roadways for the chance to hear Jesus speak, to watch Him perform miracles, and to touch the hem of His garments. All this without mass emails or even a ticket master to sell tickets. People came to see the Son of God firsthand. It didn't matter how long the journey or what it took to make it. They were willing to pay the price in order to see Him with their own eyes and to experience and receive His power. They simply had to witness it firsthand. See, every plasma screen TV, every cool seating, every cool lighting, every cool single thing that we do in our churches at the end of the day is pimento cheese sandwiches in comparison to the great presence of God coming to our churches and the power of God being shown so that He could get glory. Let's pray for the presence of the Master in the places that we go to.